What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, right? Have you conquered yourself? Um, a lot of us have dreams, goals, aspirations, things we want, things we desire, things we feel like we've worked for, things we feel like we've earned. But before you can conquer the world, you got to conquer yourself. And the question is, I think I got it from Mike Tyson. You know, it's one of those things where he was talking about discipline. You can be you can't be anything if you're not disciplined. And the thing about that is, to conquer yourself, you have to discipline yourself and discipline the part of you that you know is wayward. You know what I mean? Like, you know your good habits, you know your bad habits, you know where you slacking off. And you know that if you're a procrastinator, have you conquered your procrastination? Because it's going to get into the way of the dreams, the goals, the ambitions, the aspirations that you have to succeed in life. If you haven't, then how far can you go? Ashy gang, ashy knuckles, whatever. But taking that a little step further, it's like, what about your temper? You know, have you conquered your temper if you have one? Have you conquered that? Because maybe your attitude, your temper, or your mouth, you'll need to say things to express yourself, but probably at the wrong time, just because you got to get it out, can ultimately put you in bad situations, right? It can ultimately put a hindrance on your future. Did you conquer that? Because if you didn't, your mouth and your attitude and your temperament is going to stagnate you, period. So can you conquer that? Have you conquered yourself with being too friendly? And what I mean by friendly, have you conquered the idea of maybe you do need boundaries? You might not feel like, man, I'm a people person. I like people. I like people to be around me. I like to be around people. I like the human interaction. But have you conquered the idea that it's not about the human interaction? It's about time. Have you conquered the idea that I have to set boundaries because I have to, have a certain amount of time to pursue my dreams, goals, aspirations, ambitions, so on, so forth. Because if I don't, I'm just gonna people away my whole life, which is not gonna work out well in the end. So have you conquered yourself in that aspect? Then personally, you get to the idea that have you conquered your vices? For some people it's sex, for some people it's drinking, for some people it's smoking, for some people it might be video games or television or your phone or partying, whatever it is, right? Have you conquered yourself that vice doesn't drag you down? Because that's your comfort zone. You run to your place of comfort. And though you're comfortable there, and though you enjoy it there, and though you will have no problem spending your life there, when you come out of your shell of that comfort zone, life was still passing you by. Life didn't stop because you needed to go to your safe space. So have you conquered the idea of, being uncomfortable when you need your safe space or want your safe space. Because sometimes you can't have both at the same time. And sometimes you have to work to have both at the same time. And that's going to be quite uncomfortable. So have you conquered yourself? Have you conquered your mental blocks? You know, maybe you've failed in the past, and though you never learned from that failure, or the lessons you learned from that failure is to not try again. Have you conquered that idea of maybe I need to actually have a selective memory with things that I failed at, because if I don't, I'll never try again, so I'll never succeed because I don't have the confidence in myself to succeed. Maybe, just maybe, you need to conquer the idea of being in arrested development when it comes to your confidence. How about that? But for now, I'm gonna stop it here because I think that's enough. So tell me what you think, man. I mean, to conquer the world, you got to conquer you first, right? So check me on the next one. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.